Now, for more on the state of the U.S. retail landscape, I'm joined by Rebecca Walser, President and CEO of Walser Wealth Management, live in Florida. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, it seems like it's been quite the roller coaster for retailers right now. How would you say the industry is faring overall?
Well, I think obviously on the e-commerce side, they're very, very happy. And on the in-store foot traffic side, I think there's a lot of people out there that are really concerned. But, you know, the thing is, Rachel, the overall, the whole economy has had ups and downs. So we can't look too much into, you know, when like a Walmart, you know, has really didn't really miss on their revenue. That was a currency situation, a currency fluctuation. So when we adjust for currency, they actually had a revenue beat. And so we have to realize that there's a lot of other factors that are going on right before we go into earnings season here for the fourth quarter.
Now, it has been tough saying goodbye to some childhood favorites like Toys R Us, for an example. Give us a roundup of some of the key recent closures or bankruptcies and retailers who perhaps may be facing difficulties over the next year.
Yeah, it was really sad to see Sears. I remember one of the main, you know, foot traffic stores in the middle of Chicago. And when they announced their bankruptcy, they literally went and filmed it. It was completely empty, and that was so sad. Toys R Us, of course, last year, also sad, although there's new life and new breath of life with their creditors thinking that they're going to bring that back. So FAO Schwarz coming into New York City, this first time in 3 years coming back, being revived is exciting, and hopefully the same thing will happen with Toys R Us. But yeah, we have Sears, obviously, is a big problem. You've got even Lowe's. We expect earnings this week, but they are already saying that they expect to close many stores. And so what you see is this general shift of problems with foot traffic, especially the stores and the malls that depend on foot traffic. We have the largest vacancy we've had in 6 years in malls. And so stores that are relying on that foot traffic, that's going to be a big problem.
Now, it's not all sad news. We know that some retailers are thriving. Who are they and what are they doing to stay on top?
Well, you know, it's Walmart, I think, is probably one of the, and I think Macy's deserves some credit here too, but let's talk about just Walmart for a second. You know, they were getting crushed by Amazon for these last couple of years, and they really were, I think, innovative and said, hey, we need to figure out this e-commerce thing or Amazon is going to eat us for lunch. And interestingly enough, now we expect them to be the third largest e-commerce provider of sales, beating out Apple for the first time. This is what we're expecting. So it'll be Amazon, eBay, and then Walmart. And so what they did to sort of differentiate themselves is they started really integrating with brands. Like they said, we will be able to have Lord & Taylor on our website. And they're gobbling up brands, as you know, too, to be bringing brands to the Walmart platform that aren't going to be available other places. So they're really being innovative on how they can get clients and customers to their actual website to use Walmart instead of Amazon. And then there's some really cool things that are happening. I know that we just heard from the story about Nike. That's an example. Gap is doing the same type of thing where you can actually, you know, look at something online and then go and have it in the store to either buy or try on. So that these kinds of things are innovative where you've got these particular, you know, direct to consumers is where we're headed. Right. And the brands that can figure out how to leverage that are going to be the winners in the long run.
Now, you mentioned a lot of different developments, whether it's the reduction in foot traffic and some of these more technical advancements that we're seeing. So which companies are getting the customer experience right when it comes to tech? We're seeing e-commerce, more personalized service and things like that. Who's really getting it right?
Yeah, so I'll go back to Walmart again just for a quick second because you just made me think of another thing that they've really done to innovate, and that is their delivery of groceries. They have over 600 locations that will deliver their groceries, so you can order online and they will actually deliver it for you. But they also have another 2,100 stores that are doing in-store pickup. So you can go online, order your groceries, and then swing by on your way home and you can pick it up. And I do think that Walmart is onto something there because you know that, you know, at the end of the day, if you don't have milk at home and you need it for cereal tomorrow, you're going to swing by the store on the way home. And that's the reason why Amazon, in a way, is saying, hey, we need to actually have some foot traffic in brick and mortar stores because we won't ever be able to pick up those sales unless they can get the, you know, the drones delivering milk, which maybe will come someday, but not yet. And so they have innovated that way. And there are a lot of things. Gap is another one that I mentioned where you can actually put something into online and swing by the Gap and pick it up on the way home or try it on before you actually finish buying it. You know, what's really interesting is, and I was really shocked by this statement, Jeff Bezos said this week that eventually Amazon will fail. It's just their job to delay it for as long as possible. And I thought about that, and I thought, you know, wow, you know, everyone looks at Amazon right now as the future, Alibaba as the future, and we are trying, and brick and mortar are trying to catch up with them, right? But he's already saying eventually even Amazon will be outdated and it will fail. And so what has to happen? And one thing to step back and we need to think about is understand that e-commerce, as big as it is and as sad as these stories are with Toys R Us and Sears, it is still only less than 13% of total sales for this coming season. We expect $1 trillion, first time ever, of a holiday shopping season, and of that, less than 13% is going to be online. So we've got a ways to go before all of these businesses that are, you know, legacy businesses are totally outmoded, but it is coming. Unfortunately, we are moving to some brick and mortar stores are just going to have to be, like you said, more interactive, more consumer friendly, more on demand, even though they're in the store. Yeah.
All right, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much, Rebecca Walser, their president and CEO of Walser Wealth Management.